Welcome students. Today we will solve problem number 2 on moment of inertia. So let us start the lecture. So question is find moment of inertia about centroidal axis. So we are given one figure over here and its center of gravity is shown and it is labeled as G. From that center of gravity, two axes are drawn. One is in x direction labeled as xx, second is in y direction labeled as yy. So we know if axes are drawn from the centroid of any particular area, then those axes are called as centroidal axes. So it means in this particular problem, we have to find moment of inertia of this composite area about these two centroidal axes. That means we have to find Ixx and Iyy. So let us start the problem. First of all, we will find Ix. So we have removed the other axis so that solution should be clear to you. Okay, so what is the first step? First step is we will divide the composite area into regular areas. Now how we can divide this composite area into regular areas? We have the option that we should draw a line over here and that line will divide this composite area into two regular areas. So we will call this rectangular area as area 1 and we'll call this rectangular area as area 2. Now we know that if we have to find the moment of inertia of this composite area about this centroidal axis, then for that what we need to do, we need to first find moment of inertia of this regular area 1 about the main axis. Then we need to find moment of inertia of area 2 about the main axis. Then when we will add those two moment of inertias, then we will get moment of inertia of the composite area about the main axis. So that means moment of inertia of the composite area about the main axis, that is Ix, will be equal to the sum of the moments of inertia of these two areas about the main axis. So that is equal to Ix1 plus Ix2. So first of all, let us find Ix1. So for Ix1, the very first calculation will be related to the area. So we know the first area is a rectangular area. So if we have to find its area, it will be equal to length into width. So area 1, A1 is equal to length 150 by width 50. So it will be equal to 7500 mm square. Let us assume that all dimensions are in millimeters. Now after that what we do? We locate the centroid of individual areas. So let us locate the centroid of area 1. So where the centroid of area 1 will lie? We know it is a rectangular area. So its centroid will lie at L by 2 and B by 2. So how much is L? L is 150. So it means this distance will be 150 by 2 and this distance will be 50 by 2. After that, what we have to do, from that centroid we have to draw one axis parallel to the main axis. So that axis will be called as centroidal axis of area 1. Then after that what we need to do? We need to find the distance between these two axes. That is between the main axis and the centroidal axis of area 1. So that distance will be called as H and it is related to area 1. So we'll call that as H1. So let us find that distance now. We know that this distance is B by 2, that is 50 by 2, that means 25. So 25 plus 150. So it is 175 from bottom and the distance of this main axis from bottom is given as 125. It means the distance between these two axes will be equal to 175 minus 125. So that will be called as H1. So next calculation is related to H1 equal to 175 minus 125 equal to 50 millimeters. Now after that, next step is we will find moment of inertia of area 1 about its centroidal axis. So we know that for a rectangular area, moment of inertia about its centroidal axis is given by the formula BD cubed by 12, where B is that side of the rectangle which is parallel to the centroidal axis. Now you see, to this centroidal axis, 150 mm length is parallel. So for this area, 150 will be B and 50 will be D. So let us find the moment of inertia of this area 1 about its centroidal axis. That will be called as Ig1. So it will be equal to BD cube by 12. So B over here is 150 into 50 cube divided by 12. So we will get the value of Ig1. Now we know the value of its area. We know distance between the main axis and its centroidal axis. And we know its moment of inertia about its own centroidal axis. So we can make use of these three to find moment of inertia of area 1 about the main axis by parallel axis theorem. So let us use parallel axis theorem now. So what is Ix1? Ix1 is the moment of inertia of area 1 about the main axis. So that will be equal to moment of inertia about its own centroidal axis plus area 1 into h1 square. So put these values, we will get the moment of inertia of area 1 about the main axis, that is Ix1. So in this equation we got the first value. Now let us find the second value. So let us see how we can find that value. So second value is related to area 2. What is Ix2? Ix2 is the moment of inertia of area 2 about the main axis. So in order to find that, what we need to do first? We have to first find its area. So what is its area? Its area is A2. So we'll write A2 is equal to 50 into 150. Why it is 50 into 150? Because it is a rectangular area. It has a length of 50 and it has a width of 150. So it is length into width. So it is equal to 7500 mm square. After that, what is the next step? Next step is locate the centroid of area 2. So where centroid of area 2 will lie? It will lie at L by 2 and B by 2. So how much is L? L is 50. So it means it will lie 25 mm from this end. How much is B? B is 150. It means it will lie at 75 mm from bottom. So after locating the centroid of area 2, what we will do, from that centroid we will draw one axis parallel to the main axis. So main axis is a horizontal axis. So that axis drawn through the centroid must be a horizontal axis. Now what next? Next is we have to find distance between these two axes. That is between the main axis and the centroidal axis of area 2. That distance will be called as h2. So let us find h2 now. So it will be equal to 125 minus 75. So h2 will be equal to 125 minus 75 equal to 50 millimeters. Now we have found h2 also. What is the next step? Next step is find moment of inertia of area 2 about its own centroidal axis. And for a rectangular area, moment of inertia about its own centroidal axis is given by the formula BD cubed by 12 and we are denoting it as Ig2. Now we know that the side of the rectangle which is parallel to the axis will be considered as B and other side will be considered as D. It means in this formula we have to write 50.150 cube by 12. So from this we will get the value of moment of inertia of area 2 about its own centroidal axis. Now we got these three values. So by parallel axis theorem we can find moment of inertia of area 2 about the main axis. That will be called as Ix2. So it will be equal to Ig2 plus A2 H2 square. So put these values in this equation. We will get moment of inertia of area 2 about the main axis, that is Ix2. So now we got the value of moment of inertia of area 1, that is Ix1, and of area 2, that is Ix2 about the main axis. So what next we will do? We will add those two values to get the final answer, that is Ix, that is moment of inertia of the complete area about the main axis. So when you will do this, you will get your answer. I hope the first part of this numerical, which was related to the moment of inertia of composite area about centroidal axis xx, is clear to you. Now let us solve the second part of this numerical. So what we have to do in the second part of this numerical, we have to find moment of inertia of this area, of this composite area about the centroidal axis Iy1. So what will be the equation then? Equation will be Iy equal to Iy1 plus Iy2, where Iy1 is moment of inertia of area 1 about the main axis Yy, and where Iy2 is the moment of inertia of area 2 about the main axis Iyy. Okay, so first of all we have to find Iy1. So let us first find Iy1. So in order to find Iy1, what we need to do first? We need to first find the area of this first area. So it is a rectangular area. It means area will be length into width, that is 150 minus 50. So we'll again get 7500 mm square. What will be the next step? Next step is locate its centroid. And we know the centroid of area 1 will lie at L by 2 and B by 2. So this will be 75 and this will be 25. So after that what we'll do, we will draw axis through that centroid, and that axis must be parallel to the main axis. Now you can see when you will draw a vertical axis on the centroid, it will be on the main axis only. So you can see over here with blue line it is shown. Fine. So it is on the same line. So what is the next step? Find the distance between the main axis and the centroidal axis of area 1. But you can see these two are at same place in line. It means distance between these two is 0. So we will get h1 as 0. What is the next step? Next step is find moment of inertia of area 1 about its own centroidal axis. So for rectangular area, it is equal to BD cube by 12. So that side of the rectangle will be B, which is parallel to the axis. This time axis is vertical axis. It means B will be 50 and 150 will be D. So see over here, 50.150 cube divided by 12. So from here we'll get moment of inertia of area 1 about its own centroidal axis. Once you got the value of these three, then you can apply parallel axis theorem to get the value of moment of inertia of area 1 about the main axis, that is called as Ix1. But in this case we are using y-axis, so it will be called as Iy1. So Iy1 is equal to Ig1 plus A1 h1 square. So put these values, h1 is 0, so it means what we get? We get that moment of inertia of area 1 about its own centroidal axis is actually the moment of inertia of area 1 about the main axis, because it's a centroidal axis and main axis are at same place. So that is why we got same value. Now what is the next step? We have found Iy1, now we have to find Iy2. So how to find Iy2? For that what we need to do, we have to consider area 2 and we have to find its value first. It is a rectangular area, so its area will be equal to 50 by 150. So A2 is 50 by 150. It is equal to 7500 mm square. Now what is the next step? Next step is find its centroid. So its centroid will lie at L by 2 and B by 2. So L is 50. So it means from this end 25 and from bottom it will be at 75. So you see, this is 25 and this is 75. What is the next step? From that centroid, draw one axis parallel to the main axis. So see, the main axis is vertical axis and centroid is lying on the main axis. So when you will draw axis on the centroid, it will be in line with the main axis. So what is the next step? Next step is find the distance between the main axis and the centroidal axis of area 2. As we know, both the axes are on the at the same place. It means distance between those two axes will be 0. It means in this case also H2 will be equal to 0. Now what is the next step? Next step is find the moment of inertia of area 2 about its own centroidal axis. And for rectangular area, that value is BD cube by 12. So we will consider that side of the rectangle as B, which is parallel to the axis. So this is the axis and this side is parallel. So this side is how much? 150. So this will be B and 50 will be D. So in this formula we have to put 150.50 cube by 12. Now we got these three values and now we want to find out moment of inertia of area 2 about the main axis, that is IY2. So we can find that by using parallel axis theorem. When you will apply parallel axis theorem, you will find that H2 is already 0. So from here what we concluded, that moment of inertia of area 2 about its own centroidal axis is actually moment of inertia of area 2 about the main axis, because both are lying at the same place. So I/2 will also be same as that of moment of inertia about the centroidal axis. So now we got the value of Iy1 and Iy2. Now we can add those two values to get Iy. What is Iy? Iy is the moment of inertia of this area, composite area, about the main axis. So when you will put these two values, you will get your answer. So I hope this numerical is clear to you. Thank you very much.